Alrighty, so we're going to look at questions 1, 3, and 6. Now, number 1, we're going to look at as a right trapezoid, even though it may not have it as such. Let's orient this. Okay, so this first one is going to be a right trapezoid. And so I'm going to see here, I'm going to break it up into my rectangle and into my triangle. So the rectangle, I'm going to multiply length times width to find that area. So the length of this triangle is 7, and the width of the triangle is 5, or the width of the rectangle rather is 5, which gives me 35 for the rectangle. I'm going to put that inside. So now I have to look at this triangle over here, and I'm going to use the formula base times height divided by 2. So I know that if this part of the rectangle is 7, then this part of the rectangle right here is also going to be 7. So I'm going to take that away from the 10 total. That gives me a difference of 3, which means the base of this triangle is 3, because the 3 plus the 7 gives me the 10, which is the total length of the base of the trapezoid. So now I have my base is 3, and I have the height is 5, and divide that by 2, which gives me 15 divided by 2, which is equal to 7.5. So the area of this triangle is 7.5. So now if I add those two together, 35 plus 7.5, remember to line up those decimal points, I get 42.5 square feet as my final answer. Okay, let's look at number 3. So I'm going to make my rectangle here and my two congruent triangles. I'm going to look at the rectangle part first. And I see that I'm going to use length times width to find the area of the rectangle. The length is 9 and the width is 7. So 9 times 7 gives me a total of 63. So the area of the rectangle is 63 square millimeters. Now I'm going to look at the triangle, and I'm going to use the formula base times height divided by 2. So again, I don't know what the base of that triangle is yet, so I have to go back to my rectangle. This part of the rectangle was 9 millimeters, so that means this part of the rectangle is also 9. The whole base of the trapezoid is 16, so I have to find the difference. So I'm going to subtract and find the difference of 7. That's going to be split or divided for that half and that half. So 7 divided by 2 gives me 3.5. So the base of each triangle is 3.5 and 3.5. So now I'm going to go back to my formula of base times height divided by 2. The base is 3.5. The height is still 7, and I'm going to divide that by 2. So when I multiply 3.5 times 7, I'm going to do that. Let's do it right over here. Okay, I have one digit to the right of the decimal. I'm going to move back one. It's 24.5 divided by 2 gives me 12.25. So now I have two triangles that are 12.25 and the rectangle that's 63. So I have 63 plus 12.25 plus 12.25. Okay, when I add that all up, let me just give myself some more room here. I get 87.5 square millimeters. Okay, that's for number 3. Now let's look at number 6. We have another right trapezoid. So I'm going to split it so that I have a rectangle and a triangle. I'm going to find the area of that rectangle first using the formula length times width. The length is 9 and the width is 8. So 9 times 8 gives me 72. So the area of that rectangle is 72. Now I have the triangle. I'm going to use the formula base times height divided by 2 to find the area of that triangle. So I have to find the base of the triangle. So let's go backwards here. Okay, this part is 72. If this whole side of the trapezoid is 14, and this side of the trapezoid is 9, remember we're going to look at that rectangle. If this side of the rectangle is 9, then this side of the rectangle has to be 9. So 9 plus what together is going to give me 14. I'm going to subtract to find the difference, and I find the difference to be 5. So the base of that triangle is 5. So now I have base is 5. The height is still 8 over here. divided by 2, which gives me 40 divided by 2, which is equal to 20. So that triangle is 20. So if I add my two partial areas, 72 plus 20 gives me 92. So my area is 92 square feet for number 6. Okay, you can try the ones on the next page, questions 2, 4, and 5 with the decimal numbers, but we'll continue practicing tomorrow.